now listening to The Kickback Chronicles.
Each of us has something about us that makes us special. Every day, people pour their blood, their sweat, and their tears into their passions, creating their life story. And no one deserves to have theirs untold. So the question is, what's your story?
What's going on, everybody? It is the Kickback Chronicles. I am your host, Warrington Seapree, and I'm with my two equally as important co-hosts, starting with my good friend Andy Anderson Torres.
What up? We back after a long hiatus, but we're here.
And my good friend Nabil, otherwise known as Nabil O'Reilly, otherwise known as Nabil Russell, otherwise known as Nabil of Rights, otherwise known as The Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Well, actually himself. Nabil Bamani.
Well, actually, you misspoke because you said we were equally important, and I'm infinitely more important than you.
Here we go.
And two, I'm kind of disappointed they used Bill O'Reilly as a iteration of my name because not a big Bill O'Reilly
Not a big fan of Bill
No,
O'Reilly?
I'll just keep it at that. I'll try to keep it civil before I get too heated on the issue.
Well,
but anyway,
Nabil is just coming in hot, after
it's been a while, dude.
It's been a minute, yeah.
I have all this pent up.
Yeah, Nabil just sits in his room and just thinks about how he can just target me and be mean to me.
I just
sit in the corner and rock. I'm gonna be mean to Warrington this way.
Oh, I'm scheming,
Yeah.
steady scheming.
But we're back.
Yes,
After
sir.
3 weeks, I'm glad to say that we have gotten another episode in the works. We are recording on April 3rd at 10:08 p.m. Another late night sesh. It's good to be back, boys. I mean, we had spring break. I can go ahead and say that out of everybody, my spring break was probably the least exciting out of the three of us. And so I didn't do anything for spring break. I took the LSAT last Saturday. So I was doing nothing but studying for that. I got to have some good, down home family fun. Go out to eat with my mom a little bit.
Good clean family fun.
Yes, sir. Can't beat it.
Can't beat it.
And so I got to watch some of the basketball with my grandpa. But yeah, that was about it. Andy, what about you?
I didn't really do much. Just some photo shoots here and there. I actually had to go to KC to do another photo shoot. Shout out Josh.
Shout out Josh.
And actually, I went back 2 days before, and with my brother and a couple of friends. Both were single day trips, exhausting, but a lot of fun.
All right, money moves. Sounds like money moves to me.
Yes, sir. Nap?
And so me and a few friends and I went down to.
Well, actually, myself.
Yeah, hey, nobody's safe, not even myself. Yeah, so a few friends and I went down to Big Bend National Park in Texas.
Very nice.
And so we had to drive through the wasteland of West Texas. If that's offensive to you, good, I don't care. Yeah, but we finally got to the beautiful Big Bend, and there were these amazing canyons, and it was just literally like the epitome of picturesque. Mm-hmm. And so it was beautiful, and we floated down the Rio Grande for a few days and camped on the Rio Grande. But yeah, and then we camped on like the river bank, and it was nice. It was cool.
Very nice. How was the water? Did you guys tip over or anything?
Yeah, we had there was 4 of us, and so we had 2 canoes each, or 1 canoe each for 2 people, so 2 canoes, and we each flipped once. And water was cold, but it wasn't too bad. So once you had no choice and were thrown into it, it was it was tolerable.
For sure. That's because you got some good old-fashioned wilderness.
Yeah, it was nice, and also like that was 4 days without service.
Yeah.
And it was honestly very refreshing.
I bet your mother was worried sick.
Basically, she was like, text me whenever you have service. And I was like, thankfully I won't have service for a while.
Did you get sunburnt?
I definitely got tanner, but I used a little bit of sunscreen, and that's all I needed, so didn't get sunburnt. I can't say the same for my lighter skinned counterparts that I went with, and so they got burnt.
Us brown people don't get any other shade of tan except dark.
Yeah, we go from brown to browner.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably should, though, wear some sunscreen because, too much sun is a little bad for you.
All right, Dad.
All right. I'm just
what
going to
else?
text y'all. Just chill out.
Okay, yeah, so that was spring break. We are now in the month of April, although we did go through the month of March. And so with March comes one of my favorite times of year, which was March Madness. There was so much good basketball played up until this point. We have our Final Four set, which is with Michigan State, Texas Tech, Virginia, and Auburn. And boys, I mean, we can talk about our brackets for a little bit. I mean, I had some upsets, of course, in my bracket, but
which one? In which one of your brackets?
yeah, all of them. I made 8 brackets.
Wait, you made 8 brackets?
I made 8 brackets.
Yeah, I made one like a.
You're
like a
only
normal
supposed to make
like
one,
you're
but they
supposed to.
allow you to make like 20.
Just because they allow you to,
Because
are you
then,
supposed
let's
to?
say Michigan State, for example, wins. I don't know if anyone of you have it.
Oh, and knowing Warrington, he's for sure gonna claim that.
Okay,
That's what
well,
you're gonna say,
if
right?
there-
I
someone- if
picked
someone
it.
says-
Why would I not claim
If someone
it?
says, "Oh yeah, I guessed Michigan State to win it all," no, you didn't. That
You
was
guessed on all of them.
1 out of your 8.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if I can buy multiple lottery tickets to hit, I'm gonna hit on one of them, and I have a better chance than you bums for only doing one bracket. How
I
about
don't know.
that?
All I'm saying is that Andy and I played the bracket the way it was
Correct.
intended.
Just shoot your shot.
But
shoot your shots.
but yes, tell us about this one of your brackets.
Well, one of my brackets, I had Gonzaga winning, which they did not make it past Florida State. Or actually, they did. They didn't make it past Texas Tech. Excuse me.
Let's go.
And yeah, Texas Tech's a great team. Jared Culver is a fantastic player.
Hooper.
Michigan State and Texas Tech's gonna be a fantastic game. I do want to make a quick shout out to one of my Cinderella teams that I picked. That started off well, but then didn't do too good against Oregon, and that is UC Irvine,
UC
the 13
Irvine.
seed.
What's their mascot
The
again?
Anteaters.
The Anteaters.
The Anteaters. I'm gonna shout out my boy Colin Velp. Nabil and I, and my roommate Peyton, we were watching their conference championship, and our boy Colin Velp, he had like 22 points. He had like 22, 10, and 3. 6'8" freshman. He has a no guard cut. Just
He looks like a scrub. He does
ball
not look like
fade.
a basketball player. He looks like a scrub.
looks like zero off of holes, but with a shaved head. But yeah, anyway, so I had UC Irvine beating Kansas State, which they did, and then losing. I had them into the Sweet 16, but then they lost to Oregon. So, anyways, I do have one team in the Final Four. That's Michigan State. I had Michigan State over Duke, and that did come. Shout out to Zion Williamson. He's a great pick. And so, yeah, let you guys keep going.
So my bracket, my one bracket, I didn't have any Final Four teams. I was doing pretty solid until the Elite Eight, and then it just kind of crumbled from there. I do think Michigan State is a solid team.
Yeah.
And so I honestly, from here, I have them winning. But I thought Duke, and I thought Zion and Coach K and RJ would pull it off, and they almost did, but they didn't. And so I don't have any Final Four teams, but I was doing pretty solid until the Elite Eight. And I did have some upsets, like the UC Irvine one and Oregon. I think those were not very highly picked, but I'm glad I got one for some of those upsets.
For sure.
I only had one in the Final Four, and it was, drumroll, Texas Tech, only because NFL MVP, Pat Mahomes.
That doesn't even make
Literally
sense.
the only reason.
Come on now, Andy.
That's the only reason I picked him. But if I didn't, I wouldn't have 0, just like Nabil. So who's doing better
Alright.
than Nabil?
Ooh.
Throwing some shade. At least I can get last in my
I want to mention it briefly. We don't have to spend too much time on it because I know you want to give me crap about it. But the Murray State kid, I'll go on record and say so everybody can flame me if they want. Whoever listens to
Please do. Please
John
do.
Morant is overrated. Not in the way that he is not going to be good, but because people are putting him at the number 2 pick, and I do not. If I were an NBA general manager, I would not pick him with the number 2 pick. Should Zion go first? And because of that, because people are projecting him at the number 2, and I don't have him at the number 2, I have him at the 4 to 5, 6 range. That would make him overrated to me. I'm just gonna leave that as it is.
All right. Well, all I'm saying is you're sleeping on Ja, and while I don't know where he's gonna get picked, but with the 2 pick, that's a toss-up for me. But you were saying earlier that you said when we were talking earlier about this, you said that you wouldn't even pick him with the 3 pick, and
Would not pick him with
and
the
I
3 pick.
disagree.
Would not pick
So
him with the
please,
3 pick.
guys, just flame Warrington. Help me flame Warrington
I got
about
him.
this.
I think Carson Edwards out of Purdue is a great lottery pick.
Oh, he's solid.
Anyways,
for sure.
so we got the Final Four. We can do this really quick. Michigan State, Texas Tech. Who you got?
I got Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State.
Cassius Winston is a hooper.
Andy has already expressed his admiration for
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes
Pat
and
Mahomes.
ketchup. But I'm gonna actually go with Michigan State as well. I like Cassius Winston. I think Tom Izzo's due
For sure.
due for another one. And
Because
so,
he's a hard coach. He yells at his
yeah,
players.
he yells at his
Oh, yeah.
players. Yeah, come on.
God forbid.
Yeah, and so Virginia Auburn, who you guys got? I'm going with the SEC.
SEC all the
I
way.
hate Bruce Pearl, but I really want to see an SEC team win the championship, and so I'm gonna have them winning as well. Who you guys got?
I'm on the fence, but I guess I'll go. No, I'll go. I'm on the fence, so I'll go Virginia because I like them having
They're a great team.
lost to a 16 seed last year, coming back and making it to the national championship.
I
That's
like it.
the opposite of what happens in the tournament. But anyway,
Auburn because of SEC,
SEC as
and
well.
because my friend Zach
And let me guess,
despises
you got Tech
Auburn.
winning.
Yep.
Okay.
I have
because of one reason, and you already know.
I have Michigan State winning.
Oh, what was that reason again? Can you tell me?
Number 15,
Who's that?
Pat Mahomes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, I've never heard him.
Never heard of him
Patriots fan be like.
I mean,
Honestly,
honestly,
scoreboard.
Yeah,
Anyway.
right, scoreboard. Anyways, Super Bowl champs. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, I got Auburn winning. I'd like to see an SEC team win. Not Bruce Pearl, but shout out Charles Barkley. So yeah, we can move on for that.
okay.
With the theme of March Madness, we were thinking, what's March Madness? Basketball. What's basketball? An arena. What's arena? Concessions. What's a concession? Hot dogs. What goes with hot dogs? Chips. And so we made our own
Staple of any
Kickback
nutritious
Chronicles
meal.
Kickback Chips. And so we are going to
Kickback Chronicles.
the Kickback Chronicles. And so we made a bracket with 16 of our favorite chips, and we put them against one another, and we're going to duke it out to see who will be our top chip. If you would like to follow along with this, we're going to send it out on our social media. You guys can fill out your own bracket, tag us in it. We'd love to see you guys, all of your hot takes, all of your cold takes, and then the chips that you guys like. And so look out for that.
And if you do post it, please. I mean, if you do fill it out, please post it, and you will be judged accordingly, and flamed if you deserve it, if you so deserve. But anyway,
Sure. Anyway, so we're going to start. I'm going to just read off the chips that we have. We have 2 1 seeds. So both the 1 seeds are Doritos and Lay's. The 2 seeds are Ruffles and Cheetos. The 3 seeds are Flamin' Hot. Any Flamin' Hot, so that can be hot chips, hot fries, hot Cheetos, whatever. The other 3 seeds is Pringles. We have Kettle Cooks at the 4. Funyuns at 4. At 5, we have Sun Chips and Takis. At 6, we have Fritos and Tortilla Chips. At 7, we have Veggie Straws and Pretzel Chips. And at 8, we have Wheat Thins and Pita Chips. So, let's just go through this. I'm going to go through my picks. Doritos is a no-brainer over Wheat Thins, not even close. Ruffles over Veggie Straws, not even close. I do want to give a quick shout out to Fritos with the honey barbecue little twisty chips, whatever. Those are good, but not better than hot chips. Not better than hot Cheetos. And then I'm gonna go with Sun Chips over Kettle Cooks. Shout out Miss Vicky's with the jalapeno Kettle Cook chips, but you can't beat Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips. You just can't. Anyways, I'm going to put Lay's over pita chips. I like all types of Lay's. I actually am a big fan of original Lay's. Then I'm actually going to go Funyuns over Takis. Takis are just annoying to me. They're a little bit too hot, and they kind of just have a weird taste. I don't know. And then I'm going to go Pringles over tortilla chips. I like a lot of different types of Pringles. And then I'm going to go with pretzel chips over Cheetos. I'm going to go the Buffalo pretzel chips over Cheetos. Is a hot take, but those chips are good, and I also don't like the residue that comes off of Cheetos after you eat them. Anyways,
those are
next round.
two hot takes.
Doritos Sun Chips. I'm going to go again with Doritos. I mean, that's just a GOAT chip. They're going to be in my championship, so you can just keep that going. And then I'm going to go Flamin' Hots over Ruffles. And I'm going to go Lay's over Funyuns. And then I'm going to go Pretzel Chips over Pringles. Again, they're going to be my Cinderella team. In my championship, I have Doritos versus Pretzels.
You dressed up as a Pringle can for Halloween. How are you gonna...
I did. It was a great costume, honestly.
But pretzel chips prevail.
Pretzel chips prevail because
Okay.
they're just very good. Shout out to my mom for that costume. She did a great job on it.
Shout out, Mom.
Check out my Instagram if you want to see it. And so I have Doritos and pretzel chips, and I'm gonna absolutely go Doritos as an obvious winner from this list. And so you guys take it away. Let me hear it.
I had on that first side of the bracket the same Final Four, 2 of the Final Four, Doritos, Flamin' Hot. I like hot food, so Flamin' Hot, Cheetos, easy. Pita chips, Lay's, easy pita chips because of hummus. You can couple it with that. Like I said, I like hot food, so Takis over Funyuns. Pringles, tortilla chips only because you compare it with salsa.
And
Cheetos,
cheese dip.
And queso, actually.
Oh,
is how it's
Queso
pronounced.
dip.
Queso dip. Cheetos, pretzel chips. Never had pretzel chips, so Cheetos, Puffs specifically.
Okay, the Cheeto Puffs. Those are
Yes,
great chips.
flame.
Great
Really
chips.
good. Pita chips, Takis easy. Tortilla chips, Cheetos. I'm gonna go with tortilla chips actually.
Ooh. Okay.
So Final Four Doritos, Flaming Hot, easy. Doritos, can't go wrong with that.
Can't.
Takis, tortilla chips though. Takis,
Okay.
and the final winner, Takis.
Takis.
All right.
Wow.
Great
Over
movie.
Doritos.
Great movie snack. Just have
Wow,
some water.
they came.
So
they
you're
were-
telling me
they came
you
up
go
from
into
the
the store.
bootstraps of the 5 seed.
You're going to the
Just
store,
climb their way.
and the Takis and Doritos are right next to each other, and you're picking Doritos. I mean Takis.
Takis.
Over the Doritos.
100%.
I don't believe you.
100%.
Nabil,
Interesting.
please.
Interesting take. All right. So to kick it off, I have Wheat Thins over Doritos. Obviously, just kidding.
Oh.
Even though the Buffalo Wheat Thins are they're pretty flame, but
I was gonna
I
have
would-
to ask you to leave if you did that.
I would have happily left, honestly. But Doritos have to win over there. I have Kettle Cook over Sun Chips. I have Flamin' Hot over Fritos because Fritos, especially plain Fritos, taste like just cardboard. I have Ruffles over Veggie Straws, obviously because Veggie Straws are disgusting. I have Lay's over Pita Chips, but Pita Chips are pretty good, especially with hummus.
Dude, what are y'all eating?
I have I have Funyuns over, or I have Takis over Funyuns because I'm not the biggest Funyun fan.
Funyuns are like that kind
And-
of chip that you like. I hesitate eating Funyuns in public.
Are you like embarrassed about?
And I like embarrassed. I just feel like those are like something you should stay at home and eat. Like
I just don't like the
you need
color
to brush
combo.
your teeth right afterwards and like you know,
That's fair.
like put the bag away
You got
somewhere.
You got the onion like aftertaste.
Yeah.
All right, and then I have tortilla chips over Pringles, partially because of the sides that you can have with tortilla chips.
Tortilla.
Y'all are sleeping on
Um,
cheeseburger Pringles.
I guess so.
Never had
And
those.
then I have Cheetos over pretzel chips because
Sleep.
I mean, who actually likes pretzel chips?
Me.
You don't deserve an opinion if you actually like pretzel chips.
Okay.
And then so going on to the next round, I actually have kettle cooked chips over Doritos specifically. Or no.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
We're about to have
I
an
was
issue.
About to
actually
say.
I almost picked that because the jalapeno kettle cooked chips
gas.
are so good.
Yeah.
But when I thought about Doritos, I thought about those Buffalo Blazing Doritos, and those are
Cut.
almost second to none.
Yeah.
And then so I have Ruffles over Flaming Hot because Flaming Hot's just okay, and the cheese sour cream Ruffles are amazing. And then
They're
I
good.
have
They're good.
Cheetos over tortilla chips because Cheeto Puffs are one of my favorite chips all time.
It's a great snack.
I have Lay's over Takis because sour cream and onion Lay's are also one of the goats, like all-time goats.
Yeah.
But I do have, and then moving on to the final four, I have Cheetos over Lay's because when it comes to sour cream and onion versus Cheeto Puffs, if I had to pick one, I would go with Cheetos. And then Doritos versus Ruffles, I actually have Ruffles because of those cheddar sour cream Ruffles, and because of those particular flavor of Ruffles, I have Ruffles as my overall winner.
Wow.
So there we have it.
Did not expect that.
There we have it.
That's nuts. So we have all these chips. We made the bracket
Wow.
for you guys. We're gonna send it out. We want to see what you guys have to put.
We want to flame you if you
We wanna
guys are
flame
wrong.
you.
You will be told if you're wrong. Don't worry.
I will say I am
Don't
glad.
hesitate.
I am glad that none of you chose salt and vinegar as a determining factor
Yeah,
for push a
'cause
chip.
Salt and vinegars are yuck.
If
Like
you-
I can have two, and then that's
If you like
That's it.
salt and vinegar chips, I'm calling the police. Like on anybody. Like if I see you eating those in public, I'm calling the cops. They should not be real chips. They should not be real chips. But yes, we're gonna send this out to you guys. Send us your feedback. We'd love to hear it. We have a
Absolutely.
very, very, very special guest coming up. And so we will bring her in right after this. So stay tuned.
Hey, Kickback listeners, before we move on to our amazing guest, just a reminder that if you are enjoying this episode and have found yourself to be a fan of the Kickback Chronicles as a whole, don't forget to follow us on social. We're on Facebook and Instagram at The Kickback Chronicles, and as always, you can listen to us on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we are even now on YouTube. If you can't remember all of that, don't worry, because all of those links are on our fan link account as well, which you can find on our social, on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for sticking with us, and without further ado, please enjoy the rest of the show.
And we are back. Thank you all for staying with us. We have a very, very special guest, a very beautiful guest with us here today. She's a local model and one of Nabil and I's very good friends. and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hey guys, I'm Saralyn Hellstern, and I'm who they say I am.
A friend.
A very good friend. And so, Saralyn, we talked about spring break a little bit, and we give you opportunity to talk about your spring break. What'd you do?
I went down to San Antonio with my family. This is like the first spring break that I've spent with them, and the first spring break that I've really like done anything in college, and it was super refreshing. We ended up going to a dude ranch.
Okay.
And so I don't know if y'all know what that is, but
Actually,
it's
no.
like, okay, yeah, so
Actually,
you know
no.
what it's all
Yeah,
about.
what is that?
Basically, it's like a full-blown ranch.
Right.
And like you gotta help out. You gotta like
Do your part.
you gotta do your
your
part.
work.
You gotta like help
those
clean the
eggs.
That sounds like home.
horses.
Milk the cows.
No, I totally left there being like, I would love to live on a farm. And then my mom was like, bitch, what? And anyways, but I learned how to ride my first horse.
Okay.
Nice.
You got the horses in the back.
I got the horses in the back. But yeah, they like gave me the sassiest horse of the bunch. And I
Sounds
was
fitting, honestly, knowing you.
That's why they did it. They said, "Oh, you seem sassy. Let's see like if you can handle our sassiest horse or whatever."
they
And
told
I
you
was-
straight up, you seem sassy. Here's our
Yeah,
sassiest
'cause
horse.
I was like whipping around the lasso, and I mean I made it around the little fake bull like my
Yeah.
first try. I wish I still had the video, but anyways, so I didn't have any trouble with that horse. I would like to add.
There you go.
I
Nice.
tamed
Tamed
him.
that stallion.
I did.
I'm very intrigued on how you measure horse sass.
This horse apparently loves to bite, loves to do its own thing.
Okay.
What else? What else did it do? Oh, it just doesn't like other horses being around it, and it
Yeah.
doesn't like people like touching it really.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was like,
All
All
good
over.
boy.
You can feel the
good
energy.
boy."
The sass was like transferred. It was
energy.
like a,
Yeah.
Good
Fine.
vibes.
I guess he just
Good
knew not
vibes.
to mess with me.
Yeah. You probably bite him back.
You guys
Sassier.
just had matching energies, and it was just like you guys were really vibing.
Oh, what can I say? What can I say?
Your auras were just in
Auras.
tune.
I had
Well,
a great time. It was
That was
great.
awesome. That sounds really cool. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to go to a dude ranch because I also want to go horseback riding, but I'd probably get the stallion, probably the greatest looking horse, probably the show horse that they take to the competitions just because, like me, but no?
I think that's wishful thinking. Well, we'll just
I
keep it at
understand
that.
where you're coming from.
Exactly.
Energies.
For sure. So we want to start talking about you a little bit. So you are a model. You're going to be participating in Fashion Week in Northwest Arkansas this week.
Oh, it's tomorrow,
It's
man.
tomorrow.
All
and
right.
She's here with us.
Wow.
You
Late
ready?
night sesh.
I think I am ready. I've been on top of like all my fittings. I've gotten my shoes.
Yeah.
Got my hair done.
For sure.
All right.
Everything. I just got to go get my nails done because these look bad. Don't look.
So how did you get started with, modeling? When did you
Yeah,
kind
where-
of
Where
figure
that
that
stem
out?
from?
Yeah, where did it come from?
So I never envisioned myself as a model or
Really?
anything. I've always been like a theater nerd.
Mm-hmm.
So like ever since I was like this big, like an embryo. That's what I'm
Right.
talking about. I wanted to be an actress and a singer.
Yeah.
And that was like my only goal. And
Right.
so then when I was like 17, my gay best friend, he wanted to do something really Tumblr. You guys probably remember this. Let's go take pictures in the woods. Yeah.
Full on like Twilight mode.
Oh
like-
yeah, like
Yeah.
you should have seen how dark my makeup was.
yeah.
Like heavy
Oh, yeah.
eyeliner on my under eye, like big wings. But
This is who I am.
it's not a phase, Mom.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like he posted those pictures, and honestly, there's some pretty good pictures. Like I look at my photos like from a month ago, and I'm like, ugh. But honestly, those first set of pictures that I ever really like took, They were really good.
Yeah.
And I was really proud of myself, and I didn't really think anything was going to come of it. I was just proud that I, like, took some good pictures.
For sure, yeah. For your LinkedIn profile, right?
Oh, yeah. I gotta let those future archaeology employers know, like, what's up. But, yeah, and so he posted those, and I posted those, and then really it just, like, all trickled in really quickly. Like, everybody just wanted to shoot with me, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I've got so much content.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and also, I was just meeting so many people,
Right.
like hair and makeup artists, creative directors, other photographers, other models.
Right.
You know Cameron Porras.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played football with him. That's
we
crazy.
literally did like this giant group shoot together when he was like 16, maybe he was 15. And that was the first time I met him, and I swear, like, I knew that guy was going to go places. And, I mean, the people that I've met through modeling from start to finish, I can't even explain to y'all how much those people are my family.
Right.
Dang, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
because, I mean, when you get creative with people, like, it just brings you so much closer.
Right,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
bet.
No doubt.
And so, like, what are, I'm assuming that your modeling doesn't keep you just confined to Arkansas. So, what are some
Yeah.
of these other exotic, cool places that you get to go? Because,
Well,
LA for sure, right?
I've visited.
Oh, you visited, okay.
I haven't gotten any jobs outside.
Mm.
Have I? No, I don't think so. I've had the opportunity to. Like,
Okay.
since I'm still in school,
Right.
I can't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No doubt.
so, basically, like, y'all can understand that's really frustrating for me
Absolutely.
Yeah, for
because those jobs outside of Arkansas
Yeah.
pay so much more.
Right.
And here in Arkansas, like, I've pretty much exhausted the field of everybody that I can work with, and I'm still broke.
Right.
So that's why I'm going to New York this summer.
Okay.
I'm
Ooh.
spending 2 full months there before I come back to the U of A for my last semester
Absolutely.
of school.
Right.
And I'm just gonna be super cliche and, like, see what happens.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
feel like they put it in the air for no doubt.
I like that. I mean, it's sort of like I was talking about before in the previous podcast. You sitting in discomfort, taking a leap, and see what happens. And I like that. I did something similar with Casey. I don't want to bring that up again, but I like that. I wish you good luck on that.
just kind of go with the flow, huh?
I
Yeah,
hope
exactly.
the best. Whenever
I'm
I
sure.
put myself in, like, stressful, like, it's either make it or break it situations, I think that's what really, like, helps build me as a person, because if I break it, then I've got to work so much harder to, like, get back to where I was. But if I make it, then I just get to keep going, and
Absolutely.
I've learned how to
Absolutely.
tackle that obstacle.
For sure.
So we're gonna see how I do in New York City, couch surfing around, and with only like $500 in my bank account.
Yeah. So we talked about, like, briefly, Andy, you mentioned, like, being uncomfortable, and I feel like, in any sort of field, I think that the most uncomfortable you could be, I guess, would be in the field of being a model, or, like, creating some type of art with your body.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah, and so, like, has there been times where you're just like, no, this is it, like, I can't do this, or, like, how was it, pushing your limits a little bit to say, I actually look good in this, even though I don't think that I look good in this,
Yeah. And it's like all eyes on you, right? So
Yeah, it definitely
You are
is.
the art,
And then
essentially.
those eyes are picking you apart, like, your stomach looks bad in that angle, or, like, don't do your legs like that.
Right.
There's a hair in your face. There's always hair in my face. Jeez. But honestly, I am comfortable 99% of the time.
Really?
And I think I can give that, like, a little bit credit to, like, my first professional modeling job.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough. Let me tell you how this went, like, very briefly.
For sure.
So this woman in Oklahoma, she saw me or whatever and was like, hey, I want you to come model for this clothing brand I work for out of Dallas, but you gotta come to Oklahoma. And it's, like, right outside Fort Smith, so I was like, okay, I get to drive all by myself for 3 hours. I was like, I was 17, so I was like, ooh, road trip, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, no
for
doubt.
sure.
And so I show up, or actually I don't show up. I get so lost because the site that we're shooting at is like somebody's like pasture land, and there's no service out there. And I spent 3 hours trying to get in contact with the person who was booking me. And I started driving home. I was like, I don't know why I did this. This is so stupid.
Oh my God.
I've been used, abused. Like I honestly had no idea what was going on because
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I couldn't call her, and like my calls weren't going through. And then I
Right.
thought maybe she was ignoring me. I thought maybe I was getting lured out to do something.
And all of Oklahoma looks the same, so like
Oh,
you didn't even know what part you were in, I bet.
man. No, I had no idea. And I mean, it looked like Texas. Like I was like, am I still in Oklahoma? But anyways, so I start driving back, and I'm in Fort Smith, and she finally calls me back and like sends me like really specific directions.
Right.
And so I get there, and this shoot, we had to do it all outside, and it was less than 40 degrees. It was like 38 to 40
You
degrees.
missed me with that.
And it was windy. It was so windy. And so the whole deal with it is that we had to model like 150 outfits, and there was like 4 models at first. But by the time I got there, 2 of them had already left. And Lord knows how many more outfits we still had to do. And we had to model all these clothes outside, and we had to change outside.
Oh.
We had to change outside with little girls. She had taken her kids out of school. She'd taken her kids and her kids' friends out of school to help with this photo shoot.
All right,
And they
Catherine,
were-
you can do your times tables later, sweetie.
For real.
Bring your
just
friends too.
There was like 5 little girls, and I was like, wow, either your parents don't know you're here, or your parents are super cool.
Right, yeah.
But they were like holding up blankets for us, like to change inside of like a changing tent, and then like wrapping us in blankets when we weren't like in front of the camera. And I was there from like 11 o'clock that morning until the sunset. And it was so cold. I had to change outside. I was so frustrated. Like I cried already because I was just like, oh my God, like she's just tricking me. It's a scam.
Right.
And then by the end of the day, like I was just like, wow, this was so tough. Like I wonder if this is always how it's going to be. And thankfully, it never has been that hard. That was really just like a fluke of a situation.
Yeah, no doubt.
But since it was just like such a difficult time for me physically and mentally, I was like, if I can do this, then I can do anything.
Absolutely.
And of course, like I got paid after that, and I
Wow.
was just like,
The fruits of your labor.
yeah, like I can get paid for this, and everything will be okay. You just gotta tough through it always, and things will be okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I like that message a lot.
But back to the uncomfortable thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to add, I have gotten kicked out of Crystal Bridges before for being naked.
Whoa.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, let's elaborate on that.
Because
So
yes, please elaborate.
So I was doing a shoot there, and I was there for about 2 hours, just like casually. It was outside. It was springtime, and I was just casually outside, just stripping and like putting on another outfit.
No little
And-
girls.
This time, I guess.
Huh?
No little girls this time.
no. Yeah.
Oh, no, no
No
little
girls playing
girls.
hooky.
All adults, all girls too, also. But anyway, so 2 hours goes by, and I've been like nude all over the place at this point. And then finally, I don't know if they've got like a mini camera in the trees or something, because we were like in this part where there's kind of like a creek, and it's like off the beaten path, like outside Crystal Bridges. And we start kind of like walking back, and the security guard approaches us, and he's this big guy, and I was like, oh, what's he gonna tell us? Or like, we not allowed to take pictures here? That's weird. We've been doing it for hours.
Yeah.
And then he says to me, or says to all of us really, excuse me, she can't be naked here.
This is a family place, ma'am.
For real, like he was
There are children.
he was really upset, and I was just like,
This is
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's
Already
crazy.
happened.
no, it was like,
oops.
I'm pretty sure we had like 2 more outfits to shoot, and I was just like, caught us at the right time, man.
Okay, you right on time, brother.
Done with the job. But I've since gone back to Crystal Bridges.
And did it again.
With clothes on. though.
Yes, with clothes on.
Gotcha.
I didn't do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I did go up to that same security guard. I saw him, and I was just like, hey, do you remember me? And he was just like, no. And I was like, you told me not to be naked here one time when I was taking pictures for a photo shoot. And he was like, oh, yeah, like, you can't do that. And I was like, dude, I know that now. But, like...
He wasn't like, oh no, that happens all the time around here.
Don't worry about it.
See, that was the response that I kind of wanted, but he was just like, no, don't do that again.
He's like, yeah, no, you're weird.
Like, I tell my other security guard friends about that.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, how do you go about locking in modeling jobs? Like, do you go out actively look for them yourself, or do people reach out, or companies reach out? Or is there like a firm of some sort?
I get this question a lot. So in the beginning, well, I guess I just want to preface this by saying I've never, ever asked to, like, be on a job or, like, to be a model for anything.
Yeah.
Not even, like, random brands on Instagram. Like, that's just, it's really unprofessional, in my opinion. So in the beginning, I would just, people would ask me to do jobs. And I would just be like, does it pay? No. Okay, I'll still do it anyways.
Right.
Because I just wanted the exposure.
Absolutely.
I love
Yeah,
connecting with people, and
For sure.
I love modeling. It's so much fun for me.
Yeah.
And so after a little bit, I started coming here to the U of A, and one of my friends at the time was just like, why don't you just, like, sign with an agency? And I was like, I don't think I'm good enough. Like, that's for, like, real models. Like, I just do this for fun, and, like, sometimes I get paid.
Yeah.
Or, like, sometimes I get free clothes.
Right.
But ever since I signed with my agency, like, it's guaranteed paid jobs.
Yeah.
And what they do is they have clients that come to them and say, I need a model for this. Or they'll say, hey, I have this going on and I want this model. So they can either ask the agency, like, pick one out for me, or they say, I want this one.
Right.
And so basically, like, I either accept or deny. And through all of that, like, my agency has gotten me some really great jobs. I've done a commercial for Sports Clips. I've worked with Walmart and done, like, their jean campaigns and some, like, sweatsuits and stuff.
Dope.
Nice.
And that pays so well. Oh my gosh. Love Northwest Arkansas. Thank you, Walmart. And I will be walking for them in Fashion Week.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
For sure.
Tune in tomorrow.
Very, very excited for that. And then, like, another one, like, there's this designer out of New York City. It's Kay
Okay,
Roche.
okay.
She is originally from Pine Bluff.
Okay.
And
Wow.
she wanted to come back to Arkansas and do a photo shoot with, like, some real homegrown people. And I was literally, like, honored that she wanted me to, like, be
That's
a part
awesome.
of her,
That's
like,
crazy.
like, new brand that she was creating.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's huge.
And I swear, like, I know I keep saying this, I just love the people I work with so
Absolutely.
much.
For sure.
And what ends up happening with that is they want to keep working with you.
Yeah.
So actually I'm supposed to go work with Kay Roche again in Dallas, like, whenever I'm free. And so it'll probably be, like, some weekend before I'm up and flown off to New York.
For sure.
But yeah, like, I've worked with Elkins Design, the people that designed Bentonville Film Festival. They're such an amazing team. And the creative director there is actually the one that owns the studio where we shoot all the Walmart stuff. So Bentonville's just popping.
Popping, yeah.
Bentonville's
Sounds like
always
it.
popping. It's going to be popping for Fashion Week the next 3 days.
Hey.
Love it.
Couple more questions. I have one more, or maybe two more. So you're a student, obviously, and you can mention your major whenever you answer this question too. But with, the demands of an agency, I know that, they have, their demands of what you have to do. So how do you decide, what's worth, your time and your energy?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm honestly still struggling with that. I know that I've missed quite a bit of school for modeling.
Right.
I care about my grades. So I really do try to stay like on my professor's good side.
Yeah.
And I usually I get really embarrassed telling them like I'm a model.
Yeah.
So I sometimes I kind of bluff a little bit
For
and
sure.
say I have work or I have
Yeah.
some other responsibility.
Which is not really a lie.
Yeah.
You are working.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but so my major is anthropology with a focus in archaeology,
Right on.
and
So not many models in that field, is there?
not that I know.
No
of.
offense.
Not that I know of. And so, but honestly, it's very academic work.
Yeah.
We're not into the pretentious things.
Right.
And modeling it's pretentious. It's pretty pretentious. And so it's tough because I find myself in a existential battle between academia and the modeling realm,
For sure.
because I'm passionate about both.
Yeah.
And so what I guess I've come down to is I know that whenever my home starts to fade in the modeling industry,
Mhm.
I will always have a home in the dirt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely love nature. I love digging. I
For sure.
love history. I love
Absolutely.
the hands-on experience of putting the puzzle pieces of history together. And my colleagues are some of my best friends, and I remember we went to the bar just recently, and we were together for 5 or 6 hours. We did not talk about one personal detail. It was all anthropological theory and archaeological methodology. We did
That's
not
nuts,
talk
yeah.
about one other thing.
That's great.
And I don't know, that's something that makes my heart full.
For sure.
And I think it's just really cool that I found two really different areas of life
Right.
and kind of mixed them together.
That's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool that they're equally important to you as well. One
yeah,
doesn't take
oh my
precedent.
gosh, if some parts of me are gosh, I can't wait for you to stop modeling so that you can just go do research and go dig in really cool places
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But on the other hand, modeling is really fun, and it's especially when you're young. But both of those things though really engage the body.
For sure.
And something that I guess I'm really weird about saying, I guess, is I love manual labor.
Yeah.
My parents always had me working out in the yard. My mom would have
Yeah.
me scrub toilets with toothbrushes.
Already.
I literally will do any and anything. Nothing grosses me out. Nothing makes me go I don't want to do it.
Right.
Builds
And
character.
yeah.
Which is
It-
crazy because you're a
seriously.
model, which is this clean cut, presentable art, and then you have digging in the dirt.
Yeah, I think
It's kinda the
it's
antithesis of each
funny.
other.
It's funny.
That's really
I love getting down and dirty.
Yeah.
And so one funny thing is the way that I dress is really not what you see in my Instagram or
Right.
anything.
Yeah. No doubt.
I get my fix of pretty cute clothes and clean clothes from my photo shoots. So I
Yeah.
have no desire to wear that stuff on a day-to-day basis.
No doubt.
So whenever I see people wearing normal people clothes in a normal context, I'm just why would you even wear that when you can wear sweatpants and leggings?
Absolutely. No doubt.
I think it's really cool that you're basically breaking this stereotype on kind of both ends, because when it comes to modeling, I mean, I guess the stereotype is that it's a very physical material kind of field.
Right.
And so everything's like look based. And then when it comes to academia, a lot of like, the nerd stereotype is like, nerdy and like, not necessarily the most attractive person, but like you're stunning and you're really good at like you're really into anthropology and archaeology, and then you're really into academia and like just learning, and then but you're also a model. And I think that's really cool that you kind of have both of those and you're simultaneously breaking both those stereotypes.
I really love education. I think it's so important.
Absolutely.
And every single time I've thought to myself, man, you should just quit school and like go full time. Like you should really just get it. Because people have told me that, like, why don't you just like not even do school or whatever?
Yeah.
Like go move somewhere. But I genuinely believe that like knowledge sets you free, and I would be a fool not to save every single note I have ever taken, every test and exam. I keep in contact with all my professors for like future reference.
For sure.
I keep a list of all the books that I've ever been assigned to read, like from my syllabus. And like I keep as many as I can. Even if if I didn't even buy them for the class and I just said screw it. Like I want to have that like set of books for the future.
For sure.
And I really feel so lucky to have like come to the U of A and gotten the education that I have, and I'm so excited to finish up, because eventually like I do want to go to grad school. I want to get my PhD, but like there's no rush for that. Like as long as I value it and I really hold on to what I have dearly, like I am.
For sure.
Like, no one is ever touching my box of notes. Oh, my God. Nobody.
You hear that, kids? Sometimes it is the hands you shake, but a lot of times it is also the grades you make, and Saralyn is staying focused.
Okay.
I guess I have a kind of a funny question, but it's actually kind of serious. Because, like, you mentioned, like, being an anthropology major and getting dirty, and then being a model, which you said is a little bit pretentious. So my question is, can anybody be a model? Like, we say that, beauty is subjective, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But, is it possible for someone whose beauty is not beholded in one place, their beauty be beholded in another place?
That's a really great question. I think we're seeing a really big shift in the industry as far as, like, what the beauty norms are.
Right.
We're seeing people like Winnie Harlow. We're seeing people in wheelchairs. We're seeing people with cerebral
palsy.
Yes.
Right.
And people with like insane amounts of freckles on their face.
Right.
People that don't look normal. And
Even people that look like Warrington? Is that what you're telling me?
What?
I didn't go that far.
Hey.
So there is a limit. You can't be like Warrington level ugly.
I think I'm the ceiling, not really the floor, but I mean, I'll give it to you. Sure.
All right.
I think that anybody can be a model. It's all about your confidence.
Right.
I love it when photographers like tell me like you are so confident. I don't even have to tell you to do anything because you're doing it. And if you're that individual, it doesn't matter what you look like. It matters how you present yourself, because you're taking a photo. It's not a video. You have to show everybody your aura, your energy through one shot.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, then you're golden.
For sure.
You hear that, man? There's still a chance.
Still a chance.
There's still a chance.
Me and my best-looking horse will do a show together. So, moving on a little bit, we kind of wanted to, it's not necessarily a game, but we just kind of wanted to, first of all, you are someone that is deeply engaged with the fashion industry. And so if you were listening to this, you can't see what we are wearing right now. But if you are viewing this, you are able to see our outfits right now. And so
We're all wearing hoodies.
We are all wearing hoodies. Wow.
we are all wearing hoodies. Yeah, that's true. But without ripping
Feel
us to
left out.
shreds, because I had class all day today. So without ripping us to shreds, from the professional herself, we can go ahead and go down the line. You can rate all of our outfits.
All right.
Keep in mind I have a fragile ego, so
All right.
keep it intact, please.
My mom still dresses me, so
I'm wearing
if you
it.
offend me, you offend my mother.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Maybe add some
I've got-
recommendations.
I've got my
Y'all are wearing like
white
all the
shoes.
same
Yeah, we are
shoes.
wearing
What in the world?
Shout out to the boys.
Boys,
Keep
man.
it simple.
I need to get you some kicks.
Some heat.
Some heat.
Are those J? Oh, okay,
All the
those are
same
Pumas.
shoes.
I thought those were J's for a second.
All right, so I'll
Pretty
start.
basic.
I'm wearing a white shirt over a black hoodie with black shorts and gray Nikes. And so we're going to go from 1 being somebody needs to arrest you because you probably just escaped prison, and
Fashion police are coming.
10, I could walk down the runway right now.
Okay. I would say you could probably walk down the runway right
Boom!
now. Okay, because
Why you lie?
sometimes the craziest shit makes it on the runway.
Hey,
and right
I'll
now
take
you're
it.
wearing a t-shirt over a
Over a
sweatshirt
hoodie, yep.
with training shorts and your Nikes. I mean, you could really float on the runway with those.
Exactly. Hey,
Yeah.
breaking all
You
the
heard it here.
You heard it here first. I'm hitting the runway. See me in Fashion Week 2020.
Catch you tomorrow on the runway.
Okay.
Where you at, Walmart?
All right, Nabil.
Nabil, what are you wearing?
I've got my white Nikes. Well, they're originally white, but they're kind of dirty now.
Off-white.
My-
Shout out Virgil.
My light colored jeans.
Light wash.
Kinda, I guess.
I'd
And
throw
then-
some holes in those.
And then I need some.
But you're a good boy, so.
Sure. My mom's listening, so let's keep that facade up. And then I have a plain green hoodie. And
Okay.
that is all I'm wearing.
I guess my only critique, the dirty shoes are fine, because, I mean, if your shoes aren't dirty, then you're paying way too much attention to how clean your shoes are, and you're not having fun.
Right.
The shade of green is kind of out of style.
Okay. Damn. I said I had a fragile ego. When I said fragile, I mean like
Go,
very.
I want you to go and
very-
look in my closet. You will
very
laugh.
fragile.
You will laugh your ass off at how many stupid pieces I have.
So are you calling my hoodie a stupid piece? I'm
Andy.
just messing. So how could I
you
update
improve it?
my, whether it's from the shade of green, or how could I?
What you could
What's the
do,
most simple fix to this? To
you
my
need
fit,
to
then?
go buy some patches, either iron on or sew on, and stick some patches like
Okay, yeah.
here,
I like that.
maybe in the back, like down here by your belly button.
Get a Supreme patch and be a
No,
cloud chaser real
I
quick.
will not be your friend anymore.
Hmm.
Hype beast, not about it.
I'll even put.
You
I'll
need
put
to
it
get
upside
some
down.
really obscure ones.
Yeah.
Man, add some holes to your jeans.
Maybe
for
like
sure.
a patch of Bill O'Reilly,
Oof. I don't know about
That would be cool.
right?
That would be cool. Then you could like walk around and people would be like, I hate you. And you'd be like,
I hate me too. And it'd be perfect.
exactly.
All right,
Exactly.
Andy, what are you wearing?
All right, I'm going with the classic video photo person outfit. White shoes, Nike 30. I don't
Very
have holes in my
nice.
jeans, but they're black.
Those still work.
Yeah, and then a black hoodie, Seek Discomfort.
Pretty cool. design.
Dude, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, on the lower left side it says Live the Dash.
You should trade with Nabil.
Oh?
Ooh.
Really? That green works
I
on
would
me,
take it.
or... I thought you said that's out of style.
Yeah, she likes me more than you, so.
No. Didn't say that. No, you're rocking like the all black, like
Yep.
your shoes are like a
Little
ties
highlight.
it all together.
Little
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah, an
Little
accent.
Yep.
And like that's a really cool hoodie. Where did you get that? Like what is
SeekDiscomfort.com. Shout out Yes Theory. That's where I like
Nice.
really learned to embrace discomfort. So
And that's that
gonna have to check
thing
that
you were
out.
talking
Yeah, for
about
sure.
The trailer
on the
you
first
played up,
episode.
yeah.
Right?
yeah,
So
Awesome.
you are living it out.
living
Full
it out.
loop.
Yeah, you're runway ready.
Let's go.
Hey!
Yeah, even your hair,
Andy.
even your hair, like it's
Oh.
perfect.
I'm gonna come out on my
Appreciate
horse.
You got it.
All right.
You can clean its droppings on the way out on the runway.
Yeah. Watch, I'll see you tomorrow on the runway.
Yeah, for sure.
The bill.
We'll be there.
No, I
Yeah, call
I
time
didn't
is
make the
at,
cut.
call
so-
time is at 2:00, guys.
2 o'clock.
All
I'll be there.
Done with that.
I'll get my horse ready.
Make sure your hair is clean because we got the curling irons ready.
Okay. Bet. I need makeup.
Duh.
Okay, bet. So my question to my good friends here, and Sarah, you can throw in a little bit. Saralyn, excuse me. You can throw in a little bit as what you would think would be our ideal look. And so I'm going to ask you guys, I'll answer this too. So what would be your ideal look if money was not a factor. So you can buy whatever name brand, if it is a name brand, or just like whatever you would put in your closet if money was not a factor, like a fit basically. And so, Nabil, you want to start?
Just one outfit?
Yeah,
If
let's
I-
do it. Let's do a fit. And then
All right.
Sarah, you can rate the outfit, you can judge the outfit, and then maybe give him an ideal look for himself.
Okay.
So this is honestly one of my dream outfits, just because I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know if it would look good on me. But if you guys have ever seen the music video for the song Shaba by A$AP Ferg, towards the end of the video, he comes down in an icy white, full white suit and a white turtleneck and some gold jewelry. And I feel like that would be like my power suit. I don't know if I could rock it.
You can definitely rock it.
But
for sure.
that's
I
my
can see it.
one that's my one dream fit, I guess.
can see it.
If I could afford
What
it.
shoes?
Honestly, I don't remember what kind of shoes he has, but I would go with some probably-
Nikes.
No,
Just
I'm not a big. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I'm not a big sneakers on suit kind of guy.
Okay.
So
You got to be able to pull it off for sure.
so I mean I see that's like kind of in style now, but I don't know. That's
I ain't with it.
That's always been like the stereotype for like the lame Indian guys. Like he wears a suit and then like some sneakers, and like with some like he wears like a suit for work and then some Skechers. Like that's like the stereotype, and everybody just is supposed to flame him. So I'm just gonna keep up with that. So
I
no,
didn't even
yeah.
know that was a
So
stereotype, but that's
I guess within I guess like the brown community it is. So now you guys know. That's our little secret.
I'm enlightened.
One of our secrets. And yeah, so I guess I'd have like some white Oxfords,
Okay.
some wingtip Oxfords, and yeah, and I think that would complete the look.
For sure.
And then probably some crazy colored socks. I like the mismatching socks. I don't know exactly what pattern, but something like that.
Our judge?
I like the look.
How would you perfect it?
Can we see it on the runway? How could we put it, make it
yeah,
runway
at least.
ready?
I think what you need are like some nice cufflinks.
Okay.
A chain.
Oh, for sure.
Excuse
it's
me.
solid gold chain.
You need some bling, because with that whole white getup,
Oh yeah, you can't be plain.
yeah, things
That's
can
something
kind of
hot.
start to run together. Like even if your suit's like steam cleaned and like there's
sure.
no lint or
Yeah.
I mean, when it looks fly. But you gotta have that accent, and when it's white, you've gotta have something shiny.
For sure.
Because color is kind of
Iced out.
tacky, in my opinion.
So I'm going to try to utter some, I guess, fashion terminology. So would you say that his white suit could act as a canvas?
Yes,
Yeah?
I would. It is a very blank canvas that
Right, and you gotta
that
add
has a
stuff
lot
on
of
it.
potential.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I go next or Andy?
You go ahead.
I'll go ahead. All right. I'm going to keep it simple. Just your plain old dude. I mean, the suit, I thought about doing a suit, but I think that if I were to just, want to look good walking down the street, it would be probably just some black jeans, probably on the slimmer side, maybe not just skinny, like
No
skin
skinny
tight.
jeans.
Not skinny, probably just like slim though, with a good fit, stretchy, so I can, bend in them,
Just so you can walk.
Probably
So you
yeah,
can
probably 2 holes, just a slight slit in
Yeah.
the knee.
A little
A
slit.
slight slit in the knee. And then I'd probably go with either a blazer, so some sort of blazer, or a bomber jacket. Probably black or maybe some other color. Maybe you can suggest a color. But I also want to keep it simple here too, and look more like I want to look more classy than kind of eccentric. And so I would go with just a plain white T-shirt with a blazer or a bomber jacket over it. My bling would just be a chain with a cross. This is the thin chain with a cross because I love the Lord.
Retweet.
And then my shoes, I would have to go with some J's, probably some Jordan 1s or some Concord, something like
Okay.
Okay.
that. And then just kind of keep it simple like that. Yeah, fresh cut, just came out of the barbershop.
Oh, for sure,
My
for sure.
fade is on 10, as the kids would say. And so yeah,
I
what
can
we
see
thinking?
it. Only thing I would say is the black bomber jacket.
Yeah.
I would stay away from the black bomber jacket for you just because I feel like you would look so good in like a steel gray.
Steel gray.
Ooh.
Steel
Yeah,
gray.
for sure.
Yeah. a lot of people have like the olive green bomber jackets.
Yeah.
Those always remind me of Forever 21. I used to have one and it was so cute. Had to get rid of it. Everybody has it.
So I need to get rid of mine.
Yeah, basically.
The one that I got from Forever 21, I need to get rid of.
I don't like to be the person that says like, oh, it's out of season.
Yeah.
But oh my God, the modeling world has warped me.
That was kind of the first
my
way we saw the
God.
bomber jacket. Well, come back at least. It was the olive green one. It was the first one we kind of saw come back.
It was cute.
Yeah,
It was
no
cute.
doubt.
It's still cute. But
Yeah.
like, whenever you compare it to the new stuff, it's just like, oh, I know that's old.
Yeah, for sure.
I sound horrible.
No.
No, it's, I mean,
No,
you're
it's
just
good.
like more well versed in like, because
We need
we
help.
don't
We
really
need help.
we don't really like look at fashion like we do it kind of on our own scale. But
I mean, do you
you're
see what we're
literally-
wearing? We're all wearing hoodies and Nikes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously.
And this is like you're doing it on the professional scale. Like that's definitely
I mean, if
gonna be a
y'all
way different lens.
if y'all want to like have some perspective, like Arkansas is about a decade behind like both coasts of the United States.
Sounds about right.
sounds right on par.
like
Wouldn't like it any other way.
like people here still wear UGG boots.
Shout out UGG.
Forgot
I
about them, actually.
I just have to diss on UGG because people I have UGG slippers. I wear those inside and sometimes to Walmart.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. Anyways.
We'll cut that out.
But anyways, so like UGG is so old fashioned. It was like a thing in like 2005. It's 2019, guys.
It is
We
indeed.
can't still be wearing UGG boots. There are other boots to be had.
Absolutely.
Please throw them away or just
Throw them
just
away.
use them for snow days. Donate them to a homeless shelter. Like they're so warm, but they are not in style and there are other boots to be had. If you can afford them, please get rid of your UGG boots.
All right.
Please.
So
Right here.
Well,
First.
anybody who is wearing UGG boots right now, you might as well turn off this podcast.
so
bet
now
they
you've trashed on UGG boots and now you can trash on Andy. Andy, what is
okay.
your
Let's hear
Like I
it.
say, don't know very much about fashion, but yeah, okay. So I think I'm gonna go with. I don't know about the shoes yet, but let's go with pants first. Either really light gray ones or just white. Either a black shirt or white shirt, depending on the jacket, which I'll tell you in a minute. The jacket will be like a really, really light blue or closer to white jean.
Like a powder blue?
Yeah, like a powder blue. I think.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Um,
Jean jacket?
Yeah, jean jacket.
Ooh,
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Shoes.
I
Maybe
like
white or a really light gray.
Okay.
Help me out here.
I think I would honestly do like accent the baby blue. Like I've got a pair of Pumas that are like low tops that are this same color, and I feel like if you like flip this color to its opposite, like the blue, like that baby blue, it would look so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all know what I'm talking about?
For sure.
Like, do y'all get my
Yeah.
No
concept?
doubt. No doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it, for sure.
Oh, one last thing. You can't wear white pants after Labor Day.
That's what they say.
What is yeah, I've heard that, but what's
I've
the
never heard that. Can you explain?
what's the
So like
rationale?
white pants, like you can wear them from Memorial Day until Labor Day.
Yeah.
It is summertime, springtime. You can do it.
Yeah.
But white pants are just not winter pants.
Yeah.
You look weird. And I can't even explain why you look weird. It's like we have this anthropological concept. It's called matter out of place.
Right.
It makes people uncomfortable. You don't know why, but something is out of place.
Right.
Like if there was like a coconut right here, I mean, y'all wouldn't be 100% comfortable like you are now, right?
Probably not, no.
So you're telling me it's just my pants that's making everybody uncomfortable, not me, correct?
Matter out of place.
I need to just start wearing white pants full time, so I have an excuse.
You're
so
gonna have no
I-
friends, and they won't even be able to
Well,
explain
Bill
why you're
already
not gonna
has
be your
no
friend.
friends.
That's what I'm
so-
saying. At least now I can attribute it to something.
Well, I mean, you can attribute it to a lot of things. You know, the fact.
But I'd rather just put it on
On the pants.
on something that's more physical like pants than something innate.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever. I think it's because you choose pita chips over Lay's.
I did
mean,
not choose.
Well,
pita
you
chips.
thought about it, but that brings us to our next point. We did our chip bracket earlier, and we talked about a little bit of our picks. So we sent you the bracket, and so we just kind of want to hear your general kind of thought process about the chip bracket, and just kind of let us know who you had as your winners and your upsets.
I am really disappointed that there are not pickle chips on here.
Okay, let's talk about this for just 1 second. Pickle chips. First of all, anything pickles.
Do you mean like pickle flavored chips or like literal like
Pickle
pickles?
chips.
Like chips in the like pickles in the shape of
Chip-a-size?
chips
Chip-
Like a dried
size?
pickle,
Yeah.
but a chip.
or pickle flavored chips.
What? I've never seen like a dried
That's why we asked.
chip of
That's-
pickle. Chip of pickle. That is what
And
you're
now
referring to.
now you understand why we're asking you this
Have
question.
y'all not ever had fried pickles?
No!
I've had fried pickles, but
Okay. Here's one thing y'all should know about me. I could drink pickle juice, and I
That's
do
gross.
drink pickle juice.
That's absolutely disgusting.
I like
Keeps
having an
you
obsession
hydrated.
with vinegar. Like, I take a shot of vinegar every
oh,
morning.
okay. So that means, are you a salt and vinegar
Hold on.
chip fan?
Oh,
because
holla. Yes,
or-
salt and vinegar. I will tear my mouth up 2 pieces to finish like an entire giant bag of those things.
Wow.
You will not be able to get them away from me.
Warrington, would you like to
Yeah.
repeat
Yeah,
what you said
what you said
earlier?
What was that? Well, you're sending the cops down? Okay, yeah, she's right here in the studio. I'll make sure she stays around. Yeah, we'll get her out of here. Yeah, salt. She said it. Salt and vinegar. We'll make sure she's out of here. Yep. You're on your. Oh. All right. Yeah.
Well, Mr. President, we're gonna need the National Guard. We're gonna need Russia's army. You know, you got them on speed dial too. We got to get them here ASAP. Stat.
So yeah, you're about to get escorted out here. And very quickly.
Any second now.
Flamed on
Tell
social.
my bottles of vinegar at home. I love them.
Oh my god.
Oh no, they're coming with you.
Yeah.
Man, I
keeping
got
those
this. I got
confined.
this
They will be
ginger
incinerated.
vinegar. Whew, so good.
They will
Alright.
be incinerated for sure.
All right. Before this gets out of hand, because clearly you're out of pocket with that. What is your ultimate chip out of our
Out of your bracket.
Right.
Or Final Four. And then we'll
Yeah,
bring
Final
it
Four.
down. Final Four.
It is.
Okay, yeah. Final four.
It is Talkies.
So
Talkies.
Don't even need no
Don't
final
need
four.
Final Four.
Yes.
What final
Talkies?
four?
Talkies.
Talkies.
I
You and Anderson are on the same
Who is
page.
it up
Let
against?
me ask you a question.
Who is it up against? Takis and
Let me ask you a question. And actually, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You walk into Walmart, you got $5 in your pocket. You walk down the chip aisle, you know you want some chips, and so you see,
Oh, it's definitely Talkies.
even next to the salt and vinegar Lay's.
Yes,
Ooh.
because you know what Talkies doesn't do to my mouth? It doesn't make it burn 30 minutes after I've eaten them.
true.
It's an immediate burn sensation. The chip is soft in my mouth.
You guys sound like psychos. That immediately burns my mouth.
But
Just
like
keep eating them.
the taste of Talkies is so like it's so wholesome. Like you get that
Touches the soul.
lime.
Never thought I'd
You
hear
get-
wholesome and Takis in the same sentence.
You get the chilies.
The perfect length.
I love spicy chips, and I just love spice in general.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'll sprinkle sriracha on my cereal. Like damn.
Wow.
But
That's another conversation.
Mr. President, we're gonna need to make that double.
Get Interpol in this bit.
Enforcement.
God, I'm incriminating myself
Oh,
right now.
yeah, no.
You're done.
Good luck walking out of this.
But like hot Cheetos, those aren't even that hot.
Yeah.
But Takis,
Whoa! Sometimes
Hot
I'm
Cheetos?
like sweating to eat a bag of hot Cheetos.
Warrington, what?
Do you think ice is spicy as well?
No, I don't.
I've been eating hot Cheetos since I was an embryo. God, like I love that spice, and
guess I'm just not
Takis
built
just
like
take
that.
it to another level.
All right.
I feel
So there you go.
There it is.
Ready to go
Saralyn's
first?
winner is
I
Takis.
was very disappointed that I heard salt and vinegar, but I will live with it. She's going to be taken care of here shortly. Before we head out of here, I want to give a quick shout out to our social media. Our Instagram is at the Kickback Chronicles. Our Facebook is the Kickback Chronicles. We just started up our YouTube channel, like we've mentioned before. YouTube. And so that's going to be the Kickback Chronicles, and we're going to put our link onto our fan link account. The only thing is we can't have an official URL until we have 100 subscribers. And so if you all would do us a good favor and go to our YouTube page, subscribe to it so we can have our URL so we can put that everywhere. Otherwise, you can just search us on YouTube and go access us through our fan link account. We want to continue having this engagement with our listeners. And so, again, check out our bracket. Give us feedback whenever
We
you
want to
guys
flame
can.
you.
Yeah,
We're-
if you have
gonna-
guests that you want to bring in, anything, please reach out to us. And so, last thing, I guess, Saralyn, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on my Instagram. I'm not going to give you all my Twitter because you probably hate me.
I follow her on Twitter and I agree. We should just not talk about it.
If you want a radical leftist, then go for it. But you can find me on Instagram at Salt and Sugar XO, and it's salt, the letter N, and sugar.
Okay.
Hugs and
Sugar
kiss.
XO.
Or wait,
XO.
which one is an X and which one is an O?
I think X is hugs
Yeah,
and
kiss.
O
What?
is kiss.
No, I think X is definitely kisses and O's. is
Really?
O's. Let us know, guys. Let us know.
Yeah,
X kisses or X?
We're gonna need an expert.
We're gonna need an expert on this. I need to know.
Get a 5th grader in here.
Yeah.
They definitely are the
Are you
experts on that.
smarter than a fifth
I was
grader?
gonna be very disturbed if you were about to tell me that your Instagram tag was at salt and vinegar, but
Oh my God.
so we're good.
XO.
Whoa.
That should have been my April Fool's joke.
Oh man.
So yes, follow Saralyn on Instagram at Salt and Sugar XO. Hug and or kiss. We'll figure that out later. We're gonna be seeing you on NWA Fashion Week. We're gonna wish you a very, very good luck at that. We know that you will do well. And with that, we're gonna thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank
and
you so much.
Thanks for having me. This
sure.
is great. I love you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Nice meeting you.
the
First
stunning
time.
You too.
ladies and gentlemen, the stunning Saralyn Hellstern. And that is that.
There it is.
We'll catch you later.
See you guys.
Have a good one.
Bye.